We're paying you more than a few gil. You best be worth it.
Look, I don't care about your politics.
Okay, so this is the first gameplay we really see of any kind, and as you can see, it's a complete different field map in a way to what it was in the original. It's completely 3D, of course. The graphics, they look kind of like Final Fantasy XV style. All the details and everything, it looks really nice. Obviously completely different from the original. Well, here again, there's lots of sort of backtracks to like Final Fantasy Versus 13, almost with a kind of dark setting. I know obviously it is based on Final Fantasy VII, which has that already, but you know, the whole kind of art sort of style and the darkness of the street and everything like that, it's almost sort of Final Fantasy 15-esque.
Doing this for the planet, same as us.
Not interested.
Wedge!
So this kind of transition almost does make it feel like a kind of turn-based game with the way that the sort of encounters work, that you sort of go onto a different screen and everything. However, this one is a bit different because, as you see, he doesn't go into a field, it goes straight off, so it's like they're trying to mix the sort of style of going into encounters with remaining on the field. This could just be the way it works from cutscenes, and when you encounter enemies in the gameplay, you don't have a transition, you just play it, but I guess we'll see in the future.
Get back here!
Okay, so this is the sort of big one, the combat. Now, there'd been lots of speculation about what kind of combat it's going to be. It looks very much action-based. An action combat system, and in particular, command menu. I'd suggested this back in June, that it could use a Kingdom Hearts style command menu system. It looks like it's going to be doing that. The obvious options: attack, magic, summons, items, and then there's defend. Defend is a pretty strange option here, because obviously, as anyone who's played Kingdom Hearts knows, they don't need a defend option in the command menu because you can block separately. So it's going to be interesting to see how the defense actually works in this game, given the fact that if it's an action game, what are they doing with this? Because it does very much seem to be an action game with the way Cloud is moving and everything, and the whole sort of... It looks very much real time. It doesn't look like a turn-based thing. You know, you've got combos and everything. And then the bottom right, HP, MP, and limit. So limit is obviously something from Final Fantasy VII, and traditionally it would be the thing where if you get hurt, then your limit builds up to a point where you can use it, and it's obviously a very powerful attack. But then there's this bar, one most to the left here, which a lot of people have said is an ATB bar, like a Final Fantasy VII ATB system thing. I don't actually think so, because you can see when Cloud attacks, the bar goes up. The bar goes up when Cloud attacks, where the ATB system, the bar just goes up as time progresses. But if it's going up as Cloud attacks, it looks more like it's charging something up, and I guess we'll see in the future. Okay, there we get to see Barret, and we get to play as him, it seems, which is very nice. Again, it's going back to the Versus 13 kind of thing, because in that originally you could have played as Noctis's friends. You can get to play as Barret, and obviously he's using his gun sort of arm thing, so yeah, no surprise there, except it's nice to see that you'll be able to play as others. I guess in the future we'll see what the other party members end up feeling like. Okay, this was the thing I was talking about, with the bar charging it up. It doesn't look like an ATB bar, it looks like it's charging up a finishing attack. This sort of reminds me of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, with the sort of bar next to the command deck that they had there, which charged up your finisher attack. It's almost like that, and it's charging up your finisher, which obviously looks very strong. The only question there is, what is the limit bar for then? Obviously, is that a kind of another special attack? Does that do something more powerful or whatever? Because I guess the limits will be based on what they were in Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, so it looks like this bar is charging up your finisher attacks or very much more powerful attacks. We see Barrett's finisher there. And then another Cloud one here. That looks almost like a Noctis attack from Final Fantasy 15. The way he sort of teleports forward and starts attacking them. It does seem like almost, again, versus 13. It looks like a lot of the basis of this is in what used to be Final Fantasy versus 13. And I guess with the changes made for 15, they wanted to port some of these over into Final Fantasy VII. Okay, there we see another finisher. It's, more of the same, just a few more combos. And this really is just showing the attacks and that finisher move which happened when you fill up your bar. And that's pretty much it for the gameplay. And this is the first gameplay we've seen of the remake. It's looking very nice. It does seem, as I said, to have some basis in a Kingdom Hearts style command menu with a lot of inspiration from Final Fantasy Versus 13. And it does seem like this is what Nomura wanted to make with Versus 13. And he's doing it with Final Fantasy VII. We'll be able to see in the future what the actual system is like when we see in depth with Nomura, but this is the impression that I got from here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and comment your thoughts on the Final Fantasy VII gameplay that we've seen so far. And if you liked it, then subscribe to this channel, and thank you for watching.